The roar of the engines, the glint of sunlight on metal, the thrill of victory. These were the daily realities for World War II's top fighter pilots. They were masters of the sky. Heroes celebrated in newspapers and whispered about in awe, but for a select few, that reality ended abruptly, not in a fiery crash or a prisoner's camp, but in an inexplicable silence. We're about to explore the final moments of these vanished legends, piecing together the chilling puzzle of why some of history's greatest airmen were never seen again. Welcome to Lost Aces, the series where we delve into the most enigmatic disappearances of World War II's top pilots. These weren't rookies, lost in their first dogfight. These were the aces of aces, pilots with dozens of victories, men who knew the sky better than their own backyards. Yet, one by one, they took off on missions and simply vanished. Their planes, their bodies, their final stories swallowed by the vastness of the war. Let's start with their faded glory. Imagine being at the absolute peak of your game. You're a national hero. Your face is on posters, and your name strikes fear into the hearts of your enemies. Pilots like Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, the famous author of The Little Prince, and a decorated reconnaissance pilot, or George Burling, Canada's most successful ace, known as the Falcon of Malta. These men were celebrities, seemingly invincible. Their disappearances weren't just losses, they were shocking blows to national morale. The public was told they were missing in action, a vague term that papered over a terrifying reality. How could the best of the best just disappear? The official records are thin. The last radio transmissions often cut short, leaving a void that has been filled with speculation for decades. To understand these mysteries, we have to reconstruct their last known trajectories. Take the case of Colonel Cass Hawk, an American P-38 ace. On his final mission over France, he was last seen engaging a group of enemy fighters. His wingmen reported seeing him break off, chasing an opponent into the clouds. And then, nothing. No distress call, no wreckage found, no confirmation of a crash from the enemy. It was as if he flew straight through a tear in the sky. We'll analyze flight paths, weather reports from the day, and eyewitness accounts from other pilots in the formation. We can map out their intended routes, their last reported positions, and the terrifyingly short distance between seen and gone. We'll look at the specific geography. Was it over dense, impenetrable forests, like the Ardennes, or the vast, unforgiving waters of the English Channel, or the Pacific? Each location presents its own unique set of challenges for search and recovery, and adds another layer to the mystery. Was it a simple navigational error, a sudden, catastrophic mechanical failure, or something else entirely? This brings us to the whispers of an unseen enemy. Dogfights were chaotic, swirling masses of confusion and adrenaline. But what if the threat wasn't another plane? The Second World War saw the birth of terrifyingly advanced technology. Early jet fighters like the German Me-262 were faster and more powerful than anything the Allies had. Could our lost aces have been the first, unconfirmed victims of these new... Imagine being a propeller pilot, confident in your abilities, and suddenly being overtaken by an aircraft moving at speeds you thought were impossible. There would be no time to react. No time to even report what you were seeing. We'll investigate the deployment records of these advanced German aircraft and cross-reference them with the dates and locations of our aces' disappearances. There are also accounts of Foo Fighters, strange lights, and objects reported by pilots from both sides. While many are now explained as natural phenomena or psychological stress, could some have been experimental drones, or secret anti-aircraft technology that left no trace? The idea of an unseen, unidentifiable enemy adds a chilling dimension to these cold cases. Then there's the murky world of covert operations. Not every flight was a straightforward combat patrol. Many top pilots were entrusted with top-secret missions, testing new aircraft, flying reconnaissance over highly sensitive areas, or even transporting important intelligence or personnel. Could our lost aces have been casualties of their own side's secrets? Perhaps they were shot down in officially neutral airspace, a fact that would be covered up to avoid a diplomatic incident. Or maybe they were testing experimental technology that failed catastrophically, and the government classified the entire event to protect its secrets. Think about it. If an ace disappeared while testing a new radar jamming device, admitting the plane and its top-secret cargo were lost would be a massive intelligence failure. It would be far easier and safer to simply list him as missing in action. This theory suggests our heroes weren't just victims of the enemy. but collateral damage in a high-stakes game of espionage and technological one-upmanship. Their true fates sealed away in classified files that may never see the light of day. The impact of these disappearances created echoes of absence that still reverberate today. For the squadrons they left behind, it was a devastating blow. The loss of a leader, a mentor, and a friend created a void that was hard to fill. Morale would plummet. Superstitions might arise about certain routes or times of day. Imagine the feeling of flying a mission the next day, looking over to where your flight leader should be, and seeing only empty sky. For their families, the pain was immeasurable. Missing in action is a uniquely cruel fate. It denies closure, leaving a wound that can never truly heal. Wives, parents, and children were left in a perpetual state of waiting, clinging to the slimmest of hopes that their loved one might walk through the door one day. We'll share some of their personal letters and stories, highlighting the human costs behind the headlines. These men weren't just statistics. They were husbands, sons, and fathers, and their absence left a permanent hole in the lives of those they loved. Decades later, the legacy of these lost aces endures. They remain subjects of fascination for historians, aviation enthusiasts, and mystery lovers. Wreckage hunters still comb the fields and forests of Europe, hoping to find a piece of a wing or a serial number that could finally solve one of these cases. Books are written, documentaries are made, and online forums buzz with new theories. The unresolved questions are what keep their stories alive. Were they shot down? Did their planes fail? Did they fall victim to some secret weapon? Or were they on a mission so secret that their deaths had to be erased from history? The lack of answers ensures they are never forgotten. They remain forever young in our minds, frozen in time at the height of their skill and bravery, eternally patrolling the skies in the mythology of the war. Their stories are not just about aviation history. They are about the enduring power of mystery and the human need for answers, for closure, for one last message from the silence. What do you think happened to these legendary pilots? Do you have a theory about a specific case? Or do you know of other similar historical mysteries that still baffle experts today? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. We read every single one, and your idea might just be the focus of our next investigation into the unknown. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into history's most compelling unsolved cases. Thanks for watching.